signal is bad. But like I said, it's gonna be a quick one. You know, while the spirit is on me, I just want to do this real quick. As the title of this says, you know, if they aren't in the truth, you can't trust them, man. Right? And you know, I want to deal with that in the spirit. All right, and I've touched on this before. You know, dealing with 2 Corinthians, the scriptures speak about being not unequally yoked with unbelievers. For what communion does light have with darkness? All right, and you know that's an extremely important scripture to live by and have in your head. All right. Another scripture is Sirach 37 and like 12, give or take. It says, but continue thou with a godly man whom thou knowest, basically keepeth the commandments of the Lord and has a mind after yours. Scriptures say, I'm just quoting scriptures. Scriptures say you got to try the spirit, whether the spirit is of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Scriptures say, open not your home. Scriptures speak about be not quick to credit a friend. You know, these are scriptures of wisdom that honestly keep you alive, preserve you, keep you out of bullshit, keep you out of unnecessary drama. All right? That doesn't mean that shit doesn't happen. Like you and a brother won't have a disagreement or a issue, you know. But see, you and that brother having an issue with each other, you know, if that brother keepeth the commandments and is in the truth and in the spirit, you know that he's going to handle it according to what? The way Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai would want us to deal with it. You know, leave room for mercy, hold no grudges. You know, these spaces keep the playing field clean. But when you're dealing with these people outside the truth, these niggas, you can't trust them, man. And you know it's a lot of, you know, younger people coming into this walk. You know, and when I talk about younger, I mean in the spirit. You know, you may have just now found out that you were an Israelite and about this truth in the last several weeks, several months, or even the last few years. But there's a part of it where you got to keep you got to have a strong separation. And it's not even that, you know, you might not, for instance, you may have certain people you know that are in the truth, that they're cool, you know, but you want to keep them in a pocket. Keep them in a pocket of where they can't betray you, where they can't do you wrong. See, there's people that I may know outside of the brotherhood that I might deal with for whatever the reasons, business or, you know, co-workers, whatever. That don't mean that I'm gonna open up my door and let them come in my house. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, I'm gonna give them the scriptures say, cast not thy pearls unto swine. You gotta, like, if you know what we have what we have and what we represent is very valuable. It's like a pearl, a talent. You know, and you got to be mindful. You got to protect it. You know, you got to spiritually have your ring light up, your ring doorbell. You got to have your spiritual surveillance cameras and shit like that. You know, you got to be mindful. You know, and I'm not saying that even in the senses of dealing with the truth that, you know, just because somebody just because somebody knows that they're Israelite or within the body, that don't mean that you just be, you know, simple as well. And you just, I know this brother, I trust this man. You know, you be around long enough, you know, you see men flake, you see men fall out, you know, here today, gone tomorrow, you know. So you got to be mindful of that too. So like there's a spirit of, you got to You got to be on point. You got to be, as the scriptures say, be circumspect. You know, but the main focus within here is, man, you gotta, man, you can't trust these people, man. You know, you can't trust these people, man, men or women, young or old. All right. That's why, again, like me, you know, that's another point we tell, you know, I haven't said it in a while, but through the spirit, like I said earlier, it's like, hey, man, everybody here has not been here. It's a lot of, you know, people that are waking up, that are being exposed to this. And, you know, you got to understand these things, man. You know, when it comes down to these people, you know, you might not know no better yet, you know, but don't be telling, that's what I was going to say, Salakia. The best bet for you to do when you get this truth as a man, like you just found out, is don't go the route of exposing. The scriptures say, tell not your left hand what your right hand, you know, let not your right hand know what your left hand do, roughly paraphrasing. You know, sometimes you gotta understand when you come into this, you gotta know how to be who you are, like, you know, you have your Hebrew name, you have your Hebrew identity. You know, that's where the scriptures speak about being wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. You know, you gotta move in this world with a certain level of like, hey man, everybody think I'm cool with them, cause I be cool with them. But that don't mean that that extends beyond, you know, what I would do for my brothers in this walk. You know, what I would do for, you know, people, my wife and my children. You know, like I said, like, you know, when we say here through the spirit, we're not necessarily friends. You know, that doesn't mean that we're not friendly. What that means is we're family. So even if there is a disagreement or whatever the case may be, we're family. Work it out. Get through it. Sometimes your brother gonna get on your nerves. That's natural. But at the same time, we're, like I say, sticking to the subject matter of trust. You know, let me see. I got my scriptures. Let me see. Let me get that. I think that what is the second? Yep, it's 2 Corinthians 6 and 14, and it says, "Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness?" And that's like, what fellowship? Key thing I said is I might be cool with some people that aren't out in the truth, but I'm not going to bat for them niggas. I'm not going, you know, like, man, you know what, if the Lord that's cool. That's one thing, you know, maybe the Lord might have mercy on them, sure. But if, you know, I don't got it I keep it in its proper context of where they are, you know. But they don't know what they might see. That's where another point of wisdom is, you don't want to be over righteous in your walk. You know what I mean? Like, you want to understand that, like, you can't, you're not stronger than every spirit. You're not stronger than every demon out here, you know. You want to play it like, you know, you're a dove, like you're a sheep. You want to play it like you are sheep amongst wolves, man. So your best bet really is, like I said, is to really try your best to minimize dealing with people in the world. See, even what I'm talking about right now is like, I'm thinking about just these individuals, even in my own life. I'm talking more so even about family as well too. You know, your mother, your father. I love my mother. I love my father. I love my siblings. I love my family, the ones that are cool to me. But at the same time, I don't have like this relationship with them where it's like, yo, I lay the heavy things on them. Like, this is what's going on with me. And, you know, this is what I got going on. And I'm out here standing up like, man, you got to understand. Matter of fact, let me get that too. And I'm not gonna make this too much longer. But let's go to Isaiah 33 real quick. And 18. Then it reads, thine heart shall meditate terror. Where is the scribe? Where is the receiver? Where is he that counted the tower? Right. So again, you know, you got to consider all angles of evil. Your family, your father could sell you out. Your mother could sell you out. Right? Your wife could sell you out. You know, certain people could sell you out. You know, that's the bitterness of this. Hell, certain brothers could sell you out. You know, that's why you gotta just be mindful and at the same time. But I'm not saying to have an evil suspicion either. Just saying you need to have your mind prepared. And when you prepare your mind for certain things, you play your hand a little differently. See, we were going into that at camp yesterday a little bit in the senses of, man, before you came into this truth, every one of us, before we were enlightened with this word, we were simple as fuck. All right? I was a simple nigga. Simple, friendly nigga. You know, I think about that in my life now. Like when I was younger, I always used to look for the good in people, which is nothing wrong with that. You know, not even look for the good in people, but like I didn't really know how downright dirty and filthy niggas were until I got older. You know, you could say I was shielded, but I think it wasn't so much that my mother and father shielded me from the world. It was just the world was a little different, and my environment. I grew up around, you know, my childhood friends, their parents for the most part, from what I knew, they were good people, you know. They never did no wrong to me, you know. But that's not the world. That's another thing. Just because life is good to you don't mean life is good. Just because you ain't deal with certain devastating and travesties doesn't mean that motherfuckers out here ain't dealing with that travesty today and right now as we speak. I saw a clip earlier of this couple traveling to India, and they got kidnapped. They're travelers. They got kidnapped, and the woman got raped like 7 times by 7 different men. Right? And they escape, but that's the type of shit that be happening in the world. And you gotta have a mind of understanding how dirty and filthy and despicable this place is. You know, you can't just be a lot of Jake is like that. No, man, you know, life is, people, it's some bad people out here. It be some bad people type spirit, but really they have a mind frame that like people are good, and they you know, very helpful, and you know, in that energy. You don't want to be in your friendly neighborhood prophet, man. You know, everybody look at you like you just the Mr. Friendly, man. You know, like we you know, a brother went into at one point, you know, dealing with that word nice. You know, when you look up the etymology of that word nice, it really means to be stupid. So it's not really to be called a nice guy or a nice individual is really you should take offense to that. You know, I mean, people don't know that, so don't, when a old lady say, oh, he's a nice man, you know, I don't mean you get enraged and you be looking to go body slam our ass or some shit like that, but just understanding the depths of things, you know. All right, so let's go back to the 2 Corinthians 6, and it says what? Verse 15, it says, and what communion have light with darkness? Right, what, these people are in the dark. You know, when I'm around brothers, I'm able to talk, you know, put my guard down. You ain't got to worry about, I'm going to hit you with this. I spoke on this. I mean, this is really where the motivation is coming from, man. Listen, man, I said this at camp, and I stand on this in the spirit. At this point, I look at it like all these men, if you're not in the truth, you're a HOMO. And I'm not even saying that like you don't have the mental. I'm saying no, literally, you can't overlook the fact that these people are conduits for evil, man. So all these men that you see, if they're not serving Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you can't trust the fact or deny the fact that they are possibly a mo. Let that sink. That's just one element of it. You can't, if a man is not in this truth, you can't say that a man is not a pedo, you know, a PEDO. You can't, nah, man. But with brothers, you can have a level of trust. Like, nah, we got the same mind of judgment on this. Like, nah, man, that brother ain't like. Now, they're evil brothers that crept in unaware sometimes, absolutely. But we're talking about in the spirit of the fact that these motherfuckers of the world, okay? You can't, same thing with these women, man. Because there's a spirit to how we govern ourselves and how we see things. These people don't see it that way. That's why a lot of our people hide themselves in Christianity, because Christianity accepts it all right? So let's get what it says, verse 15, and it says, and what concord have Christ with Baal, and what part have he that believe with an infidel, and what agreement hath the temple of God with idols? These people, they all are in agreement with idols. So as we get closer and closing here, I'm about to close up. As we get closer and closer to that hour of temptation, understand, man, these people can't be trusted. All right? That's why the Lord gave us a brotherhood, and that's where you should lean your trust towards. Parts of your trust. Don't be a simpleton there. But in the spirit of it, that's where you're supposed to have your openness at, your spirit, your love, your devotion. All these elements should be there. Because it's governed by the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai if you have faith in that. But these people out here, they're governed by their lust. They're governed by their flesh. They're governed by what's happening at the moment. What didn't happen. You can't trust that shit. All right? Hey, so with that, I'm going to close up here and get in this store. Get ready for another week. I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Kakwadash. Double honors unto my apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and safety to all you sincere Akim that's out here pushing this word. Shalom to all you brothers that tuned in this live stream and when it posts. Shalom to all of you. Shalom to you sisters. Keep fighting. We almost home. Shalom.